Good morning. It said poor connection earlier, so I was looking really close. Hope I didn't startle you. Welcome, and thank you for joining us today. I want to honor today's talk to my mother. She turned 80 yesterday. And if anything in life that matters, it is our mothers. And mine certainly has been a wonderful influence in my life. So, happy birthday, Mom. Today, we're going to talk about freedom from troubled emotions. And what are troubled emotions, and why would I want to be with that instead of avoiding it? When we bring up troubled emotions like difficult feelings, difficult energies, like judgment, rigidity, greed, lust, rage, pride, jealousy, compulsions, envy, delusion, hate, miserliness, prejudices. I mean, those are just some. And why would you want to revisit them, right? It's like, I don't want to be a part of that. And I think the most important thing is to remember and to bring to mind, to keep in mind that everyone suffers with that. Everyone has troubled emotions, and that it is a human nature act, and that it's okay. It's okay, we all have them. So instead of keep pushing them away and then judging yourself more for having them, how best to deal with that? And this is one of the practices and one of the ways I love being able to apply the Dharma into a practical living practice. So again, I've been contemplating, reflecting from Jack Kornfield's latest book, No Time Like the Present. And so the benefits of being free from troubled emotions, and can we ever truly be free from them, is to recognize that we're not our destructive thoughts. We are not these thoughts. We are not the judgment. I am not a judging person. I am not a jealous person. Okay, so realizing that we're not our troubled thoughts. And we can stop identifying with these unhealthy inner habits and recognize that they're habitual inner habits that can be painful or troublesome or disturbing. And that over time, being able to acknowledge with tenderness that life is raw and yet beautiful in so many ways, and that these are all insecurities of life, that it is part of life, and that it's here, and there's nothing wrong with that. And so when we can start to recognize that these are anger, these are judgments, we can see, oh, there it is, that's anger, that's judgment, that's envy, that's addictions, that's compulsions. And then you can step back as one way of dealing with that and say, oh, okay, it's okay, this is okay, I am okay. This is just a raw emotion. This is just a troubled emotion. I am not the anger. And so you can take a tender moment, take a kind moment, and being kind and seeing that rather than going, ew, or I'm bad. So being kind, okay? Being kind and compassionate. And that when we can get into the kind and compassionate peace, or just seeing peace, then we can arrive at a richer more authentic, open heart presence of being and living. And and what does that do? Why would I want to do that? It's because then you can be present with life. Be present with life. What does that mean to you? To me, it's really to being able to see myself and to see others for their essence, for their beauty, for their rawness. And to see that with compassion and kindness. So rather than shutting your heart, shutting your mind, you can be present for what isn't pretty. And when you can stand as a witness and be an observer, you can hold a greater space. And you can really be there for yourself and for others. And that helps me to have a richer life. And it's not rich of material abundances. It's the richness in my heart. And compare that, think of it as like an instrument, a harp, or a guitar, or a keyboard, a piano keyboard, where you have many strings. And that if you were only to just keep striking one key or plucking one string on an instrument, is that really enjoying the full breath of the instrument? And so being open, and holding that with compassion and kindness, so you can explore all the keys, all the notes of your instrument. How beautiful is that, right? To get the variety, the fullness of all of the instruments. So our hearts is the same. If we were just to stay with just one key, it gets pretty boring, right? And so by being able to hold space in a kind and compassionate way, it's okay. We can explore the outer ranges, the outer depth of these experiences, the richness of our lives. And so that's why you want to explore and learn to open your heart and deal and honor these troubled emotions. So let's do the practice, shall we? So find yourself in a comfortable position, and I'm going to walk you through a short exercise, and I'm going to invite you to find something that you may be plagued with lately, been on the top of your mind, you're stuck on, and we'll take 5 to 10 minutes to help you, to guide you in how you can deal with this possible troubled emotions. Breathing in, breathing out. Let's just find your home, your heart, your soul. Breathing into your heart, breathing out tension. Notice how you are supported at this moment. Notice how you are safe enough. Notice how you are safe enough. Notice how you are good enough right now. And notice how you are loved enough right now. So establishing that secured, safe enough space will help you to be able to explore, range out, so to speak, with this uncomfortableness. And so bringing to mind something that you've been stuck with, some difficult emotion that have been present, Observe kindly whatever this troubled emotion is present. Breathe and let the emotions be. Breathe and let the emotions be. Emotions are just emotions. They're like waves, and no waves last forever. Fear and frustration, anxiety and worry, anger and rage, loneliness and sorrow, shame and guilt, they may all be there in one form or another, and that they're all natural to human life. Turn toward them. Feel how they manifest in your body, in your heart, and in your mind. Paying attention to what is happening in your body. You might sense tension in your neck, tension in your shoulder, tension in your back, tension in your gut. So notice where that resides in your body. And turn toward them with kind and friendly eyes. And simply acknowledge, fear feels like this. Frustration feels like this. Anger feels like this. Shame feels like this. Simply by naming them, you become the mindful witness, the loving awareness. Notice where it is centered in your body, and now invite the emotion or the feeling to become even stronger, to expand and to increase. So if this feeling was like a little round ball, expand it, let it grow even bigger and expand out into your body. Feeling yourself, making space for it to grow. Let it expand as big as it wants. And letting it fully occupy the space that it occupies, and maybe even extending it outside your entire body like a ray of sunburst, just blasting it out, just letting it go. Now sense or feel or imagine that it expands even further, filling the room, filling the space all around you like the sun. Filling up the whole sky even. Letting the emotion or the feeling grow vast, take your time. As the feeling expands, notice what happens to it. At first, it may intensify and grow strong. Then, as it expands even further, it becomes softer often. And the energy of this emotion opens to other experiences. Sometimes it begins to feel less personal. It becomes simply an energy of anger, the energy of fear, the energy of shame, the energy of frustration. And maybe other stronger feelings may arise for you, through you. Sometimes anger can make ways for sadness or hurt or loneliness or not good enough. the energy becomes more universal and can even open to its opposite. You may also notice that as you allow these energies to open, you become less reactive. Their energy is freed to move. And now you can be present and gracious, but not so easily caught or swept away. Of course, some feelings return many times, reappearing like waves and waves and waves. Let them come and let them go. Do not be discouraged. They are the energy of life coming to teach you. They arise from how much you have been hurt or afraid or vulnerable, and how much you care. And they can lead you to a more universal, deep, tender concern and compassion. Trust in this process. It is healing and liberating to the heart. I'm going to invite you to put your hand over your heart, feeling the warmth of your own hand on your heart. You can even put two if you like. Just imagine wrapping your heart with this beautiful, loving compassion that is fully present and alive right now. Recognizing this rawness, this vulnerability, and this tenderness that your heart quivers. And reminding it that it is safe enough. It is compassionate enough. And that it is free enough. And that it is loved enough. And that it is happy enough. And whatever else your heart longs to hear, take a moment and say those words to your own heart. Breathing into your heart. Breathing in love, breathing in tenderness, bringing in compassion, and just keep breathing it in, that oxygen. Just strengthen your heart and take note. Be proud that this takes courage, this works take courage, and that for you to show up to do the work is huge, is powerful. So honor that within you. And thank you for showing up. Thank you for showing up for you. And thank you for showing up to the people that matters in your life. And thank you for being here on this planet and doing the work. And I honor each and every one of you, as well as your mother and your father, for giving you this precious life so that you could be here to do the work with me. So much love and gratitude for each and every one of you who eventually finds the time to do the work in any way, shape, and possible, not just here. So thank you, my heart to you. May you be at peace, may you be happy, and you may be loved. Daphne out. Bye-bye.